Good afternoon. So welcome to CA Intermediate Regular Batch on GST. So you are appearing for May 25, I presume. Yes? Yes, super. So May 25, September 25 and Jan 26. So that is what we are going to cover in this particular regular batch. Done? And so first things first, let me introduce myself. My name is Tharun Raj. I am an indirect tax faculty. For last 15 years I have been taking classes, and thanks for coming to face-to-face classes, because usually face-to-face class will be more effective than the live classes, online live classes, and online live class will be more effective than Google Drive classes, because I have observed with many students, mainly at intermediate level, what they do, they will buy the Google Drive classes or they will buy the subscription classes, etc. Because now that lot of subscription, everything is there, but they are not able to complete the portion. The discipline is missing. Will you agree with me? The discipline is missing, because in face-to-face class what will happen? So I will be taking class, you will listen, and on a systematic manner it will go. Even online live also, to a greater extent it will be like that, because many students are watching online live also. So what will happen? A time discipline is there. Like you will start and you will end. Thereafter it is only revision, because majority of the time we are going to learn the concepts in the class itself, and thereafter you have to just sit and do the revision, and thereby you will complete the portion on a particular deadline. But what happens when you go with the Google Drive classes? See, final level will be different, because final level what they will do, so they have a push. The maturity level is high for final students and the push is also different. So they have to complete because they are at the final level. But intermediate level, what I have observed is that this procrastination is there. Okay, tomorrow we will read, day after tomorrow we will read, postponing the things. Because of that, lot of students, even some of you also will agree to me, that you would have purchased the lecture but you would not have completed watching it fully, correct? And 2 years before, it was like online lectures was not there. So when that is recorded lectures was not there. When recorded lectures was not there, if you get the recorded lectures, it was like a boon for you. But now everywhere recorded lectures is there, but we have the content in our mobile, we have content in our laptop, but we don't have the patience and energy and interest to sit and read. Okay, so that's why I thanked you for coming for face-to-face classes and those who are attending online live classes. And I know that as you are pursuing inter, you will be having other subjects also, and you have to attend classes, and then only you need to come for this subject, and that's why we have kept it in the afternoons. So because morning to afternoon, some other coaching center you might be attending or some other classes you might be attending. So that's why we have just kept it in the afternoon. And for the next 1 week alone, it will be like 4 to 5:30. Thereafter our regular time will be there. That is 3 to 5 or 5:30. Depending upon your mood, we will be extending. But I'll try to complete it by 2 hours, because effectively 2 hours we need to spend on the subject. So mostly it will be 3 to 5. Maybe if the portion is like going little slow, you're finding it difficult to understand, etc., we'll extend some 15 minutes, 20 minutes to complete that day's portion. Okay, and the scheduled completion of this batch will be by Jan 20th max. Jan 20th we will try to complete. Actually we were supposed to start before, but for May 25, a number of amendments were there. So from November 24 exam to May 25, lots of amendments, and it took considerable time for me to incorporate all those amendments in the book. And still we are working on practice manual and that's it book, and we wanted to give, because the challenge is that if it is amendment in one particular point, if they have added, it is okay. But that point will have effect in different places now. Then we have to change it in all those places, and we need to give you one final book. because thereafter I cannot do much of corrections. Maybe here and there I can, but the content I cannot add thereafter. For that reason only we just postpone the batch, nothing else. And then, so due to that reason, the maximum time limit by which we are going to complete this regular batch will be by Jan 20th. Okay, and meanwhile we have a lot of holidays also in between. So for Christmas you will be expecting me to give holiday, again for January 1st you will be expecting me to give holiday, then Pongal etc. you will be asking me to give holiday. So due to that reason, discounting that only I kept Jan 20th. Okay, and next thing, so I wanted to know how many of you are appearing for the first time intermediate exam. Okay, for the first time. Okay, this is your first, May is your first attempt. Okay, so then good. So I think online students also tell me, like I presume that you are appearing for the first time because this is a regular batch. Regular batch I will take from the scratch, everything. Even you have some knowledge about GST etc. also, initially you may feeling it like, I know all these things, why should I learn etc. But have the patience and learn and attend, because definitely each and every point is going to get tested in exam in the form of MCQ at least. This basic concepts etc. and all, it may not be questioned in descriptive, but it will be tested in MCQs. Nowadays the paper is becoming so tricky, that to MCQ part is becoming so tricky. It is like, you know, you get a question, 4 options are given, you make a mistake, you end up with an answer. Mistake number 1 you do, you end up with one answer. Mistake number 2 you do, you end up with one answer. Psychologically what you will think, okay, whatever I got as an answer is there in the option, so which means it is correct answer, like that you will think. But the fact is that that may not be the correct answer, because the 4 options are such that, you know, for Chinese people will be sitting in one bench, you will get a photo and you will ask them to identify who is who, like that. Everyone will look alike only, all the options will look alike only, wherefrom you will be able to identify the correct option unless you have the knowledge on the subject, you will not be able to find it. So that's the reason why, you know, this regular batch we are taking, and anyhow we will also do a fast track batch. That fast track batch will be after Jan exams only. So you can complete this regular batch, which is going to get over by Jan 20. Then in the Feb first week we will be doing not first week, Feb mid, like that we will be doing fast track batch, that is absolutely free, that we will be doing in our YouTube. I have been doing it from last 3-4 years. I have been doing it, is there in my YouTube channel. Even we do face to face also free. So in Chennai Mylapore Fine Arts Club we have been continuing to do that. That also you can attend. So it will be like a second revision. First you are attending regular batch, the batch will get over by Jan 20, correct? Thereafter Feb mid, for 5 days there will be fast track batch. Okay, so this many days what you learn, again it will be revised for 5 days once. Okay, one time. So this 5 days will be a fast track batch. Quickly we will complete all the provisions once again. Then you can do one more revision at your end while you are preparing, so that you can go for the exam and definitely you can score well. But what many students are doing, I'll tell you how they will differ from you. What they do is that they will not attend any regular batches, because see, I can also understand lot of students, what they do is that they will be paying a huge amount to the coaching centers, like 50,000, 60,000, like that they will shell out for the coaching centers. And in coaching center what will happen, so zigzag like that they will conduct the classes. Today will be accounts, tomorrow will be costing, day after tomorrow will be some other subject. The student would have lost what he has learnt. Definitely it will be like they will be present in the classroom, they will sit in the classroom, but there is no proper discipline even in face-to-face classes, because the schedule will be zigzag. Sometimes suddenly today we will have lot of energy and mood to attend the class, but they will tell today class is cancelled. You understood? It happens. So because of that the students will study only the fast track batch. Others, I'm talking about others. They study the fast track batch and they go for the exam. But for them also, definitely they will score. I'm not telling, but they cannot score as expected. So that is a real challenge that is involved when it comes to attending only fast track batch. I'm asking you this because many students have messaged me, sir, anyhow you have uploaded entirely in YouTube now, sir. Why should we attend your regular batch? So for that only I am giving you this answer. That fast track batch will be purely from exam oriented. I cannot cover the entire portion in just 5 days now. 5 days, 8 hours I will take. 5 8s are 40 hours. But this regular batch will be for 100 hours. So now 100 versus 40, you can understand the difference. There I will not be reading the bare act. There I will not be explaining in depth any provision. So just I will give you the final summary kind of things. But in regular batch I will be explaining everything in detail, so that one point also we will not miss. Any type of question, any difficulty of the question comes, you will be able to handle. Got it? So that is the advantage that you will have, because if you are focusing more on GST, you have a leverage. Income tax, you don't have to prepare that much. Volume wise, if you see, GST volume is less compared to income tax volume. Income tax is so voluminous, lot of things are there. You have this salaries, you have PGBP, you have capital gains, you have house property also, you have other source also, you have literally all heads you have. Final also the same is there, inter also the same is there. Even apart from that, you have this residential status, basic concepts, TDS, even advanced tax, these and all also they have added. Now you don't know from where the question will be. See, PGBP alone will be like, GST portion 50%, one chapter there. Got it? So considering the volume, I am telling you, strategically, see, we should do the smart work. It's not like, we are doing all the hard work and then going to the exam and failing in the exam. That should not be the case. So we have to strategize properly. What is that strategizing? 100 marks paper. Paper 3, taxation. You have in group 1 only 3 papers. Advanced accounts, law, taxation. Thanks to ICI, they reduced the portion now. Previously it was like 8 papers. From 8 papers, they reduced it to 6 papers. Of course, you have the self-paced online modules and all, which you can do it later also. See, completing inter, the moment you complete inter, this SPOM, ABCD, leisurely also you can do. Correct? You can choose when you wanted to schedule the exam, and you can prepare accordingly, and you can go at your own pace, and that will be fully MCQ. You write the test, immediately you will know whether the result like pass or fail. Again next week also you can schedule the another test and you can go and write. That will not be added to this marks, which means aggregate problem also will not be there. So really it is a wonderful thing that they have done, but the challenge is same. 8 papers effort what you are putting, the same effort they are expecting in 6 papers. The standard they have increased. When it was 8 papers, lot of questions were predictable questions. But when it comes to 6 papers, they are identifying different areas and they start asking the questions from that. So due to that reason, your effort will be the same. So in 3 papers, advanced accounts, law and taxation. In taxation, we have income tax and GST. Income tax is for 50 marks and GST is for 50 marks. But if you see the volume wise, income tax is more volume and GST is lesser volume. If you complete GST thoroughly, you should target 45 out of 50. Got it? By attending this regular batch, thereafter one fast track batch, thereafter one revision. So by May exam when you are going, or September exam when you are going, at least 3 times you would have read, including this regular batch when you are attending the classes, 3 times you would have read. Definitely, trust me, mark my words, you will definitely get 45 out of 50, for sure. And once you get 45 out of 50 here, from income tax, you can follow the selective approach. You know repeatedly from which areas the questions will be coming, like PGBP, capital gains you can cover. and then remaining things you can learn like a summary form. You don't have to learn everything, like a summary form you can learn and go, because of which you will minimum get 60 plus in CA intermediate taxation paper. Minimum, because here 45, there 15 easily, so 60 marks, which will give you the advantage of aggregate also. What happens? Advanced accounts paper, even if it is difficult, you will somehow manage to get 50 marks for sure. And law paper is actually a challenge, because sometimes if the paper is difficult, you will not be able to write. So, but you should be focusing, at least you should get a 40 marks in law. You should be able to pass that. Now, what happens in group 1? So, advanced accounts 50, law 40, in GST, that is taxation, if you are scoring 60 plus, your aggregate problem is taken care. Moreover, in group 1, if you are getting extra marks, that will be carried forward to group 2 also when you are writing both the groups. Because in group 2, costing and financial management, 150 marks is only practical, whereas remaining 150 marks is theory, strategic management and audit. And costing paper and all, up to last attempt also, many students told me it was like, sir, not that easy. It was so difficult that they tortured us like that. So which means aggregate problem will definitely be taken care when you focus on GST, because your score will be 60 plus. I am not lying this. So because many students who attended in the last attempt, you just inquire with them. So those who attended our classes, or even generally also, they would have said, if they are getting 60 plus in taxation, that's mainly because of GST. It's not because of income tax, for sure. Because income tax and all, that much of scoring they will not be able to get. You got it? Fine. So I'm telling you all these things because you made a right choice for that. Okay. So as you have joined, so that's, I'm just giving you the confidence. I'm just giving you the comfort, like you did right in learning from regular batch. Nothing wrong in that. Okay. And the added advantage is that CA final, again indirect tax will come for 100 marks. At the time when you come for CA final, I'll tell you what will happen. You complete CA intermediate, say for example May or September or Jan you are writing and you are completing CA intermediate. Then you go for articleship 2 years. In the 2 years, you will be able to complete only SPOM, because 4 modules you have to complete. SPOM A, B, C, D. A is law, B is SCMPE, C and D elective subjects are there, you need to complete 4. Plus you need to undergo this advanced ITT kind of training and all is there, that you need to complete. After these 2 years, you have only a steady leave of 6 months. Then you need to write. In 6 months, you will not be able to complete 6 subjects, because you have 6 subjects again at final level: FR, AFM, audit, DT, IDT and IBS. IBS is like merger of all the subjects. It's not actually a new subject. IBS will be merger of all the subjects that you have at CA final level, including the SPOM, including your SPOM A and SPOM B. Covering that only IBS question paper will be made. And IBS is an open book system. You can carry all the books. You can carry all the books. If you have the knowledge of the subject that is sufficient, you can carry all the books. Depending upon the question, you can refer to the particular book and you can write the answer. So advantage, which means 5 subjects only. In that 5 subjects, indirect tax is 1 subject. If you study properly at intermediate level, at final level, you don't have to attend the regular batches. You can attend some fast track batch or exam oriented batch. You can reduce the number of hours and focus on other subjects like DT, AFM, FR, and in first attempt you will be able to clear. You understood? Keep that as a target. The target should be like final should be cleared in first attempt. You understood? Sir, we are inter students, sir. I know that you are inter students. Even if you miss in intermediate, see, intermediate also clearing in first attempt is our target. But even if it misses, it's okay. It's okay. But at final level, you should be clearing in the first attempt, because the moment you complete final and go to the campus interview, in that application form, they will ask you number of attempts that you have taken to complete CA final. 1 attempt, your resume shortlisted. 2-3 attempts, they will keep you at the end. If no one is selected, then only they will give you the chance. Now, you want to be in the front row or back row, you decide. You decide. Sir, unfortunate situation, it's okay. But when it is possible, it is in your hands. Why can't you do that? Definitely you will be able to do that now. Are you getting? So clearing CA intermediate in the first attempt is the target. You should try. Suppose if it is missing also, it's okay, but you have to complete CA final in the first attempt. After undergoing articleship, it will not be possible. So at intermediate level itself, if you learn the GST thoroughly, at final level indirect tax will become easy for you. So you can spend that time for other subjects. Got it? So this many advantages are there by learning GST in intermediate thoroughly. Got it? Fine. Then, so there are like some questions. Sir, how will you take CA intermediate fast track batch for Jan 25 attempt? Boss, for Jan 25 attempt, even if your friends are also there, you please inform them that already I uploaded September 24 and Jan 25, that syllabus is same, the portion is same. Already I have uploaded that fast track batch in the YouTube, you ask them to refer that. Then next, yes, done, fine. So I just wanted to give you the first thing as to if you are appearing for a particular attempt, up to which date amendments are applicable for you. Okay, say as now CA exams will be happening in May 25 from now, from now in the sense like already for Jan 25 I have already completed the batches which is already there. I am talking about the May 25 onwards, May 25, and then you have this September 25 and Jan 26. These are the 3 attempts which is going to happen in the next 1 year. If you are appearing for May 25 exam, all amendments in indirect taxes, that is GST, up to 31st October 2024, all amendments up to which date? 6 months before. 6 months before, that is 31st October 2024 will be applicable for your May 25 exam. And this batch, I am going to cover all the amendments because we are starting batch on which date? 18th of November, means already last month, up to last month, whatever amendments are there, I incorporated that in the book which I have given to you. Okay, so fully we will cover. Then for September 25, all the amendments 6 months before. So what is 6 months before September 25 means? 31st March. Okay, so up to 31st March, April, May, June, July, August, September. September is the month, okay, 6 months before. So that is up to 31st March 2024. Okay, all those amendments will be incorporated in this batch mostly, because by that time we are going to complete this batch. I told you this batch we will be completing by Jan 20th. Thereafter in 10 days much amendments will not be coming. So therefore this batch will definitely cover May 25 attempt and September 25 attempt. Then for Jan 26, of course you are not writing. Suppose if any student online, if they are writing for Jan 26, all amendments up to 6 months before. What is that 6 months before means? 30 November. So March na, April, May, June. June only na for Jan attempt. So 30th, actually July, 31st July 31st July 2024 up to this, whatever is the amendments that will be applicable. So now what I am going to do is that, as I am going to cover May 25, September 25, all the amendments in this batch itself, but extra things which are there from which date to which date, March to July, that April, May, June, July, that will be incorporated to the students in the form of amendments. It will be there in my YouTube channel also, and even it will be given to you as a backup in the Google Drive also. Okay, so that is about this. So therefore at that time, of course I know that you are not going to write, but I am just telling, so this will be useful for them as well. Okay, fully it will be covered. And so sir, right now ICI has released the study materials, updated study materials for May 25 exam, and they incorporated all the amendments. Even for September 25, they have notified what are all the amendments, few amendments in the study material itself, that also we have incorporated in our book. And as we progress, any new things comes also, I will be adding. Got it? And so whichever attempt you are appearing, when I am telling the amendment that this is amendment applicable for May 25 or September 25, you mark that, so that if you are appearing for May 25, you don't have to refer to the September 25 amendments and all. Got it? But I will be discussing that also in the class. Got it? Next. So paper 3B, we have GST in paper 3B, goods and services tax. In this goods and services tax, 50 marks, you have MCQ part as well as descriptive part. MCQ part is for 15 marks, whereas descriptive part is for 35 marks. In this MCQ part, 15 marks, you will not get like a straight away MCQ. Question, 4 options. No, they change the style. They will be giving like a paragraph, case scenario MCQ. So nowadays in almost all subjects they are bringing case scenario MCQs only. So they will give one paragraph, it may go into 1 page, and thereafter on that 1 page information only they will be coining the questions. Got it? So that's how the MCQ will be. And descriptive questions, 35 marks, except to the first question. All other questions will be of 5 marks only. So I just wanted to show you the recent exam question paper, just for you to get an idea as to how the question papers will be. So you can see here. So I'll take September 24 question paper. In this, section A, section B, like that separately it will be given. Even when you are writing the answers also, you have to write it in 2 separate booklets, not in 1 booklet, because income tax will be evaluated by different faculty, GST will be evaluated by different faculty. Due to that reason, you have to answer it in 2 separate booklets. And in this, say this. So in part B, section B, first question will be a 10 marks question, that is a compulsory question, except for first question, that's a compulsory question. But this 10 marks question is a comprehensive question, which means 5 or 6 chapters will be covered in one question, like your income tax, total income computation. So income tax also, first question will be a total income computation. In the total income computation, all the heads information will be there, deductions information will be there. Like that in GST also, the first question is a comprehensive question that contains the information from different chapters. And this question, if we need to answer, 50% of the syllabus should have been completed. Then only we can answer this type of questions. Okay. Next. Thereafter, if you see, all are 5 marks questions only. 5, 2 marks, 3 marks, like that only they will be giving. Okay. So you can see here 5 marks, 2 marks, and then 3 marks, 5 marks. So everything will be to the point. So you don't have to write pages and pages of information. If you know that particular provision and application of provision, you will be able to arrive at the answer. Okay. And in this, you will be given 3 questions. First question is 10 marks gone. Thereafter, you will be given with 6. Then every question will be of 10 marks only. So 10 marks. Thereafter, here 7th question, and then again 8th question. Okay. So you have to write any 2 out of 3. So this is how you will be given the marking with respect to your exams. And so as and when we proceed, I will discuss each and every question, how to apply that, etc. The type of questions that we have in GST will be 3 types of questions. Practical questions will be there, that involves computation. So you have to carry the calculator, do lot of computations and arrive at the answer, like computation of tax payable, computation of value of taxable supply, like that type of questions. Second is application based case study questions. Application based case study questions means you will learn the provision, they will create a situation, and that situation you can answer only by applying that provision. For example, we have in GST the meaning of supply. Supply is the taxable event, or supply is the event on which we need to pay GST. And they will give one situation. So and so person gave goods to his friend, and whether the said activity constitutes supply or not, like that they will ask. So like a practical situation when they give, you need to apply to the provision and you need to arrive at the answer, yes, the said activity is supply, no, the said activity is not a supply, like that. It is application based case study questions. That is type 2. Type 3 will be pure theory questions. Pure theory questions, like, you can see here, they have given, list out the category of persons who are exempted from e-invoicing. Theory, pure theory. So wherein, if you know that, you can write the list. And second, no act or proceedings of Goods and Services Tax Council shall be invalid merely by certain reasons. What are they? Like that they will be giving. So theory questions wherein if you know, you will be able to answer. But application based practical questions, at least you can try something. But theory questions, if you want to write, you should know. Otherwise, you cannot write that information. Got it? And we are going to cover all the types of questions. But this batch is not a Q&A batch. So that's why first we will learn the subject, and thereafter we will learn the application of that subject also. You will be provided with 3 books in this batch here. You will be given with 3 books and 1 resource book that already provided to you, and that resource book will contain all the informations which is there in the study material. Everything, whatever is there in the study material, I have just given in the form of charts, then bare act in the sense section, extract of the section from the act, and then assignment questions. Lot of things are there in this. This is like a detailed book. Next, you will be given with 1 summary book. That summary book is called as That's It book. And this, right now we are preparing. It will take some time to print and deliver it to you, but by the month end you will be receiving that book. Okay. And next, another book is practice manual. This practice manual is a Q&A compiler. It will have all past exam questions starting from May 2018, because GST came from that time only. So from May 2018, all past exam questions, previous year question papers, then RTPs of ICI, MTPs, including the MCQs which is there in the Board of Studies knowledge portal, everything will be given in this book, and we are going to learn this as per updated provisions. Because when the question came at that time, it was based on that time provision. But now we are learning the updated provision now. So as per the updated provisions, we will be learning that. So these 3 books will be provided to you. Right now this is done, and these 2 books will be provided in the due course. Okay. Then, so after all these things, what is the target, sir, that we should be getting? What is the target? 45 plus out of 50. This should be your score. You keep this as target in your mind. Okay. Otherwise, there is no point in attending the regular batch. This much minimum you should be getting. Done. Then we are also doing the planning for the test series. So we will be giving you that information, like all the deliverables I am writing, so that you will know what you are what you can expect from me. Okay. So test series, there will be 3 grand tests covering chapters. So like 30% to 40% covering that 3 chapters or 4 chapters. We will be conducting 3 grand tests, plus there will be 2 mock tests. 2 mock tests like 50 marks based on 100% portion, entire portion of GST. So there will be 2 mock tests, and these test series will also be conducted to you as a part of this batch. We will give you the question paper, the portion and the date will be announced to you, and you have to come, sit here, write and give your answer sheets. We will evaluate and return to you. Even for online students also the same methodology, so that they will be writing at their end. Okay. And even Google Drive students also, they will be writing at their end and they will be sending to us. We will evaluate and we will be giving, and I will post the explanation video also, like this question, how you should have presented and what is the way in which we have arrived at the answer. So that and all explanation video also will be given to you. So test series plus explanation video. Got it? So now this is the deliverables from my side, and I was expecting from you also one thing. What is that? Marks. What is that marks that you should be getting? 45 plus out of 50. Now, sir, what is that we should do for that, sir? 3 things. 3 things. Number 1, you should be regular to the classes to the extent possible. You should not miss the class. Suppose if I am not able to come, sir, because December month and all rain season, sir, I may miss the class. You can attend online live. You sit at home, and if you are unable to come, maybe because of the health issue or some other issue, you request to our team, they will give you online live access and you can watch it in the online live. Got it? And sir, suppose because of the health issue, I miss the class, what can I do? We are giving you the backup of the recorded classes also. To face-to-face students and to online students, we are giving backup of recorded classes. So to the extent of 50%, means if the lecture is for 100 hours, we will give you the entire 100 hours content to you, but you can watch only for 50 hours. Means you cannot watch everything. You can watch 50% of the portion. Any chapter, any video you can open and see, but for 50 hours. Got it? So that backup is also there in case if your health issue, etc. and all, you can do. Which means you should complete attending the classes some way or the other, either face-to-face mode or online live mode or recorded. Just because recorded is given, don't take it for granted. It's okay, anyhow it is there, I can watch it, because with that only I started this batch. What is the first thing that I told you? There is recorded, but face-to-face is more effective than recorded, because you will not be sitting and watching it in the home. Definitely you will not do that. That's why. So don't think, okay, recorded is there, backup is there, so we don't have to worry. No, not like that. You should be attentive in the class. So first thing, you should be regular to the class to the extent possible. Number 2, you should be attentive in the class. Attentive, sir. It's like, it will be so difficult in the afternoons, but don't worry. We will try to make it little interactive. You should also speak little bit, okay? When you sit in a dormant state, easily you will sleep. You should not be doing it. You should interact. Don't worry, I will also make you write certain things. So therefore, you should be attentive in the class, because whatever subject that is there, minimum to 60% you should learn in the class itself. Thereafter, it will be like thereafter. When you sit and read, at that time you can do. but 60% of the knowledge should go in the classroom itself when the class is going on. Got it? Next, third thing, trust. Trust. Whatever I am telling, you should have a trust on me, faith and trust on me. Definitely before joining these classes, you don't know who I am. Be frank. You don't know. Correct? You would have inquired, I am planning to attend these classes. Can I attend these classes? Without inquiring, you will not be coming. See, one opinion you cannot know. So because I am one of many faculties, but you would have inquired, and what they would have said, definitely you can go and attend like that, they would have said, correct? You trust him, definitely, things will work out. So that trust, as you paid fees and you came, you retain that. So believe in me, whatever I am telling is really important or useful for your exam or for your life thereafter. Because in articleship nowadays, they are conducting the interviews. If you are planning to join for some big fours, there are 4 big firms, Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, EY. Actually, your career will be different the moment you join in the big fours. And what happens is that big fours are doing majority of the audit of public limited companies, listed companies, etc. The moment you complete your CA and you put that, so you have worked in EY or you worked in Deloitte and you have done the audit of these companies, who knows, the same company for which you have done the audit during your articleship, you may be placed in that company as an industrial trainee or you may get a position in that company. That entry is easy for you. Boss, today is a competitive world. Not that you are only doing CA, there are many students who are doing CA, you are one amongst them, you should stand out of the crowd. So that kind of competitive spirit you should be having. It's not the pressure that I am putting on you, it's not the pressure. It's about making you realize the things in front of you. You should know what is that you need to do in the near future. For that reason I am telling you, so trust me. Some information may not be useful for exam, but in interview it will be useful because we are going to cover the practical aspects also. I will show you one written, GSTR 1 will be like this, GSTR 3B will be like this. So here we need to put this information. So what will happen? For learning the subject also it will be useful, but not for exam. Definitely practical aspects, how to file returns, how to do the registration, these and all will not be tested in exam, but it will be useful when you go for attending the interviews. So definitely. And whenever you have any contradiction, for example, you have a doubt, you will ask ChatGPT. It will tell some information. Believe me first than ChatGPT. You understood? So that is where I am asking you, when you ask the questions in ChatGPT or when you search certain things in Google, so definitely it will also give some answer, but that answer need not be always correct. Maybe sometimes, may not be. So therefore, believe in me and thereafter you can take that help, okay? And whatever doubts that you have, you please post it in the Telegram. So you create like, we have added you in the Telegram group. I think you are all there in the Telegram group. Whatever doubt you have, you put it in the Telegram group. It's okay, don't hesitate. Suppose, sir, I cannot type, sir. Voice message, I will listen and I will answer. Because maybe after the class, while traveling, you will get that doubt. So why to delay? You type and keep. Next day class, I will respond to the doubts. Online students has the advantage. They can ask the doubt then and there. As I am taking the class, because you are not using mobile, they have mobile. So immediately they will ask the doubt, I will respond to their doubt. For you also, before class or after class, I will be staying here. Whatever doubts that you have, you clarify those doubts. Even when you are traveling or sometime when you have a doubt, you can post it in the Telegram. Don't worry, I will do better after sales service. Till the time you go for exam, I will be there. And I will do the best what I can do to ensure that you are successful in your exam. Then we have also launched one website to interact with the students. you can join this idtwizard.com. So this is a forum. In this forum, there will be lot of questions. For example, like before asking me a doubt, wanted to check certain things. So you can go, you can no need to log in also, as a guest also you can access, but if you want to post any doubt etc. and all, you can go and type your doubt etc. So here we have given, for example, GST for students. In this, whichever chapter you have a doubt, you can go. For example, you have doubt in supply under GST. In the supply under GST, already one thread is there, that is distinct persons. You click on that distinct persons. So I have already created one question, whether CBIC circular relating to interstate movement of conveyances is applicable for intrastate also, because this is the doubt which many students will be asking. Common FAQs and all I will pull and I will be posting here. So whether you get the doubt or you don't get the doubt, when you see this you will get the doubt. You understood? So you can refer to the explanation which I have given there. Done. In that explanation you have any doubt, you can post your reply there. Once you log in, you can post your reply there. I will clarify then and there, so that it will be useful for you when you go before the exam and all. You can quickly go through what are all the important FAQs and all. For that we have created this. Done. Okay. So now let me start with the subject, and this particular portion what we are going to discuss is not only for CA exams, even it is useful for CMA exams also. Suppose if you are also appearing for CMA intermediate, the same portion will be equally applicable for CMA intermediate. So this batch plus for CMA intermediate there is a extra portion. That extra portion also I will be adding, and for them I will take separately. Okay, I know that you are doing CA intermediate, but there are some online students who are also doing CMA intermediate. For that reason only I am telling you this. The portion is same, and suppose if you wanted to write for CMA inter also, don't worry, in your drive there will be CMA inter ka extra topics that you can refer. Okay, and you can see here the index. So this is your syllabus, paper 3 taxation, goods and service tax, and below that I have given the index. You can look into page, that index page, you can see total we have 15 chapters, and in these 15 chapters actually I divided it into segments, and there you can see ICI chapter reference and ICMA chapter reference, you can see that. So I have not followed the same chapters of ICI, literally like that I have not divided. In a logical sequence I have just divided this, but I gave the cross reference of the study material chapters for both CA intermediate and CMA intermediate students. So I told you now all these chapters are there for CMA intermediate also, but just I gave the references as well. And this is the weightage for CA intermediate. So because we don't have a chapter wise weightage, wherein so first chapter introduction to GST is hardly for 5%, but all other chapters put together will be 50 to 80%, like that only they have given. This is the weightage given by ICI. So they are not following the chapter wise weightage. So in indirect taxes you cannot expect like that also. So but to some extent we can divide, but not fully. Sir, this chapter how much weightage we will not be able to do, unlike costing or financial management or accounting. In taxation it is difficult because the questions, one question will have impact from 2-3 different places for that reason. Okay, and today's class we are going to start with segment 1, and I have given the detailed index for each and every chapter also. Suppose if you want to quickly search and locate, so for that reason I have given this. And first chapter is introduction to GST. So before moving on to this, I wanted to ask you certain general questions. What is tax? Good. So tax is an amount which is collected from the public by government. For what reason? For what reason government is collecting that amount? Again, for public expenditure. These are the two terms that you should be knowing: public revenue and public expenditure. That is, as a government, we collect the money from public, that is public revenue, in the form of taxes, and again it will be spent for the sake of the public. So that is what the role of government is, wherein there is a income disparity between the people. We have rich and poor. Now when there is an income disparity, so this difference needs to be bridged by the government. So what they are doing? They are collecting from the rich and contributing to the poor. That's the idea behind this taxation system. And previously we did not have taxation system at all. And somewhere in Arthashastra, because you might be knowing about Chanakya. So that Chanakya, who was an advisor to Gupta dynasty, so he has suggested to the king that we should definitely create a system of tax, because what many kingdoms used to do, the one kingdom will go on a war with another kingdom, will plunder the wealth of that kingdom and will bring and will be giving it to the people at times. But the taxation system was not there. But the dynasty got expanded. There is nowhere to go wage a war and bring the wealth. So then that's where, so Chanakya has suggested this, that we should start collecting from the people whatever work they are doing. Out of their earnings we need to collect some money. That's where the taxation system was born. In the tax, because again I told you the difference needs to be filled. Why government is required? What king used to do? He used to collect the same and give it to the poor people, so the bridge is done. The same thing is being done now by the government also. But this taxation, initially it was income tax. So you earn some income, you pay the tax. But income tax, many people felt it was like pinching them. I have to pay income tax out of my pocket. I am not happy paying income tax. So then at a later point of time, they developed indirect tax. The beauty of indirect tax is the person who is paying indirect tax will never be pinched. Why? What is the difference between direct and indirect tax? Direct tax, if I pay, I will bear the burden. But indirect tax, if I pay, I am not going to bear the burden. In turn, I will collect it from the next person. Correct? So because we can transfer the burden of indirect tax to the next person. For example, I am a manufacturer. I pay indirect tax. I can recover it from wholesaler. Wholesaler will pay and in turn recover it from the retailer. Retailer will pay, in turn recover it from the consumer, which means it is not going to pinch them. They pay, in turn they will recover. So who is having the ultimate burden of indirect taxes? Consumer. Consumer will also be happy because he gets the product. He sees the product. He sees the service. So he treats the tax as a part of the product or service. If you see, many people are purchasing luxury cars. Do you think really the car is that much worth? For example, you take one SUV. So example, one Scorpio car we will take. Scorpio. Scorpio, you know what is the cost of Scorpio? 8 lakhs. Cost of Scorpio is 8 lakhs. And they will be selling for 10 lakhs. 2 lakhs will be their profit. Whose profit? Manufacturer or a dealer's profit. And on 10 lakhs, 28% is the GST. And 22% is the compensation cess. Which means 10 lakhs car, 5 lakhs we are paying as tax itself. Are you understanding this? And the person who is purchasing that car, what he will think? Okay, I am purchasing a 15 lakhs or 20 lakhs worth of car. They attach to the car, okay, my car is worth 20 lakhs. Is it really worth 20 lakhs? No. There is tax also in that, but they will not be seeing the tax. It will not be, pinching them because they attribute the tax paid towards a product or towards the service. Example, one more example, you are all paying GST, correct? But what you will do, okay, I pay this money for classes. It is not going to pinch you, because whatever you pay, you will connect it towards the service that you are going to receive. Got it? So fees is 3,500 plus GST. For example, I am telling you 3,500 plus GST. Now when you pay 4,000 and odd, so you will think that, okay, this 4,000 and odd I am paying for GST classes. Correct? You will not be connecting like this tax I am paying is a loss to me, like that and all, because you are getting a product or service. You understood the beauty of indirect tax. So no one is actually unhappy. Everyone is happy because they can connect it to certain things. At the initial stages and all, what happened? One person will pay recovered from the next person. The consumer is also happy on one hand. And the indirect tax revenue collection has increased. People try to evade income tax, but indirect taxes, they will not be. They are happy in making payment of that. That's where if you see the disparity is huge between income tax and indirect tax collections. So you would have learned somewhere in your earlier classes, in government gets more revenue in the form of indirect tax than from income tax. Foundation, I think somewhere in economics you would have studied. It's not there in economics, okay, maybe. So but it was there in even business studies like that and all. In 11th and 12th also this point is there. Government gets more revenue in the form of indirect taxes than in income tax. Then what are the various indirect taxes that we had in the past? That is where we are going to start. See, I am just giving you the history as to the journey of indirect taxes. What were the various indirect taxes that we had in the past? Indirect tax was levied by central government as well as state government. So India is not having a unilateral government. We have federal government. What does a federal government means? Central government is there, state government is also there. Like that, indirect tax was levied by central government as well as state government. Now we will see what are the indirect taxes which was levied by central government. Okay. So central government levies, we had excise duty, central excise duty, central excise duty. Then anything else you could? Value added tax. That value added tax is actually state government levies. Then tell me anything else you know. That is only value added tax. Value added tax. Okay. Central sales tax. Yes. Central sales tax levied by central government. Next. Even online students who are watching. Have you heard of service tax? Yes. And have you heard of customs duty? These were the 4 indirect taxes levied by central government. Okay, initially they levied. Like that, various state government levies were also there. Advertisement tax. Have you heard of advertisement tax? What is this advertisement tax? Whenever you advertise in the hoardings, you have to pay advertisement tax to the state government. And luxury tax. This luxury tax is on hotel accommodations. And then professional tax. Have you heard of this word, professional tax? Somewhere in income tax you might have heard of. Professional tax is payable to state government by the establishments which are doing business in that state. These are some examples. But there are many indirect taxes which were levied by the state government. So and many more. Okay, many more. And it's like even betting tax, betting and gambling tax, like that they have levied. and even we have something called as entertainment tax, etc. There were many indirect taxes levied by state government, but when it comes to central government, these 4 indirect taxes they have levied. Which indirect tax will be levied? Central excise duty will be levied on manufacture. Central sales tax will be levied on sale. This is on manufacture. So whenever you manufacture goods, you are required to pay central excise duty. Indirect tax is a event based taxation. Event based taxation means what? Happening of an event, you are required to pay indirect tax. That is the meaning of event based taxation. Got it? So central excise duty will be payable on manufacture. Central sales tax will be payable on interstate sale, whereas service tax will be payable on services, and customs duty will be payable on import or export. Are you understanding? So first what you need to understand, what are the 4 central government levies? Central excise duty, central sales tax, service tax and customs duty. And central excise duty will be levied on what? Manufacture. Central sales tax on what? Interstate sale. What is interstate sale? Means sale from one state to another state. And service tax will be levied on what? Services. And customs duty levied on what? Import or export. Got it? And all these 4 levied by whom? What is the meaning of levy? Impose. Impose. Levied means imposed. The duty or tax is imposed. Okay. Now I am asking you one general knowledge question. What is the difference between duty and tax? In few places the words are duty and in few places the words are tax. What is the difference between duty and tax? Any guess? Try, think, you will get. Tax can also be paid by foreigner. Yes. Next. Try here. Whether it is correct or wrong, it's okay. Because I'm not going to give you marks. Correct. Just random try. Nothing? Okay. So duty will come as an obligation whether you earn revenue or not. You are manufacturing. You throw it in Bay of Bengal also. As you manufactured, you need to pay excise duty. You import for resale or for personal consumption, you need to pay customs duty. Are you getting? But tax is not like that. You are doing some economic activity and generating the revenue or consideration, then only you need to pay. For example, I am doing free classes. Should I pay tax? No. If I collect some money, then only I need to pay tax. Are you understanding? The basic difference between duty and tax is that duty will come irrespective of consideration involved in the transaction, but tax will come only when there is a consideration involved in the transaction. But that is defeated in GST, because in GST they have brought in certain transactions, 4 transactions, even though without consideration we need to pay like that and all. But general meaning I am telling you, because if tomorrow someone is asking you what is the difference between duty and tax, you need to tell them, na? So for that reason you have to know. Okay. Next. In this, central excise duty levied and collected by central government. Service tax and customs duty, all these 3 are levied and collected by central government. But there is a speciality of central sales tax. Central sales tax, even though levied by central government, but it is collected and retained by state government. So central sales tax levied by central government, but who will collect? State government will collect. For example, the sale takes place from Tamil Nadu to Karnataka. Now, it is an interstate sale. Who will be collecting? Tamil Nadu government. The sale takes place from Tamil Nadu to Karnataka, and CST will be levied. Central sales tax will be levied by central government, but the money will not go into the pocket of central government, it will go into the pocket of state government. Which state government? Tamil Nadu, originating state. Okay. Now, this part you don't have to make note. It's already there in the book. I'll show you in the respective page number of the book. You can see that. Please see page number 3. So, an overview of major indirect taxes levied in the past. Excise duty, customs duty, service tax and sales tax levied by central government. Excise duty levied by central government on what? What event? Manufacture. On manufacture of goods. Customs duty levied by central government on what? Import or export. Service tax levied by central government on what? Provision of services. In sales tax, we have two types of sales tax, central sales tax and value added tax. Who will levy central sales tax? Central government. Who will levy value added tax? State government. But central sales tax got one speciality, that is, even though it is levied by central government, but it is collected and retained by state government. Okay, say this, but collected by state government, underline that. But collected by state government. Central sales tax, underline, levied by central government but collected by state government. Understood? Now, this was the position in the past. With effect from 1/7/2017. What is the date? 1/7/2017. GST is implemented in India. What is the effective date of implementation of GST in India? 1/7/2017. GST is implemented, wherein this central excise duty, central sales tax and service tax, these three things got subsumed into GST. Got it? What are the three indirect taxes which were levied in the past year, which got subsumed into GST? Central excise duty, central sales tax and service tax got subsumed into GST. Subsumed means what? Merged into GST. So, whether customs duty got subsumed into GST? No. In the past also customs duty was there, even in today also with effect from 1/7/2017 customs duty is there. They don't want to bring customs duty into GST, but in future it is possible that customs duty may be coming into GST. Right now they kept customs duty outside, because if customs duty is brought into GST, GST is a new law. If people are not understanding, it is going to affect the international trade. If it affects the international trade, the rupee gets affected drastically. Already rupee is depleting. And it sooner or later will be touching 95-100 rupees. If something bad happens, then 1 rupee, like $1 will be somewhere like 150 rupees or 200 rupees, like that it will go. The entire economy will fall. So due to that reason, they wanted to be safe. So customs duty not brought as part of GST. But once the GST law gets settled, even today GST law is not settled. It is like, a kind of, what I can say, dad's little princess will go into the kitchen thinking of making noodles, but end up with something else, which we cannot say what it is. You understood what I am telling? Like that, our Nirmala madam goes into the kitchen and she cooked something, but people are not understanding what it is. So that is how the GST has come. Lot of people are unhappy about the GST. As we progress, you will know why they are unhappy. I will tell you the reasons, because one provision when you see, you will understand, are so complicated it is, why the hell it has come. Okay, and that's why what happened here, GST is not settled. Like that, if international trade is also brought, it is going to affect. So whenever GST is getting settled, maybe 5 years or 10 years, I don't know when, at that time customs will be part of GST. So right now, is customs duty part of GST or not part of GST? Not part of GST. Got it? Then next, we have many state government indirect taxes, but not all state government indirect taxes got subsumed into GST. We have some more. So I can add local body tax, like that. This is also there. but only 6 specified indirect taxes got subsumed into GST. Okay. So, have you heard of purchase tax? Octroi. Purchase tax is known as octroi. Somewhere in final accounts when you are doing in foundation, so you would have taken in trading account octroi like that. So octroi is nothing but the purchase tax. The difference between sales tax and purchase tax itself, I am selling from Tamil Nadu to Karnataka. In Tamil Nadu I will pay sales tax, and as these goods enters into Karnataka, you need to pay to Karnataka government purchase tax. Understood? Whenever the goods are entering into a particular state, it is going to affect the manufacturers in that state. Agreed? So why people are now crying in Tamil Nadu that lot of people are coming from north? Why are they crying? When people are coming from north, these people will be losing the opportunities here. Let's be sensible. See, I am not taking the stand, I am not judging here, but what is the reason behind it? So the inferiority, when they are coming, what is the jobs that we will be having? We will not be having any kind of job, and therefore because of that they wanted some kind of security. The same thing government also will do to restrict people bringing goods from other state to this state that is going to affect the business in that state. They will levy purchase tax so that don't buy from other state, buy it here itself. So the people in this state will grow. With that objective they brought that. And purchase tax, advertisement tax. So purchase tax, value added tax, advertisement tax, then luxury tax, betting tax, and entertainment tax. These six got subsumed into GST. Got it? Only 6 indirect taxes levied by state government got subsumed into GST with effect from 1/7/2017. What are the 6 here? Come on. Purchase tax, value added tax, advertisement tax, luxury tax, then 2 more, betting tax and entertainment tax. These 6 got subsumed. Other indirect taxes like professional tax, local body tax, there is one more tax also, stamp duty. Whenever you buy property and all, you need to pay stamp duty for registration of the property. That these are all not got subsumed into GST. Got it? Understood? So now, how GST is formed? Tell me. How GST is formed? Point number 1. How GST is formed? Is GST a new tax? Is GST a new indirect tax? No. GST is not a new indirect tax. It is created by putting old indirect tax in one mixie. Correct? And what is that old indirect taxes that got subsumed into GST? Point number 1. All indirect taxes levied by central government except customs duty got subsumed into GST. Number 2. All indirect taxes are specified indirect taxes. Specified indirect taxes levied by state government. What are they? Purchase tax, value added tax, luxury tax, betting tax, advertisement tax, entertainment tax. Okay. So these got subsumed into GST. Then, have you been to any movie recently? Yes. Kangua, Vetayan, these movies and all got released. You would have watched. And even many Hindi movies also came. So you would have watched it in theatre. I am not talking about Telegram, not Telegram. So movie theatre. Have you ever observed the ticket? In the ticket there is entertainment tax even today. But entertainment tax got subsumed into GST. Are you understanding? Yeah, with effect from 1/7/2017, entertainment tax got subsumed into GST. But even today, in 2024, when you go to cinema theatre, there is an entertainment tax. What is this entertainment tax? Entertainment tax levied by state government got subsumed into GST, but the entertainment tax levied by local authority not got subsumed into GST. So that means local authority also having power to levy tax. Yes. Have you heard of municipal tax? You heard na? Municipal tax levied by local authority, entertainment tax levied by local authority. In some states, they are collecting garbage tax. What is it? Garbage tax? You put the garbage, na? You put the garbage. So as you put the garbage, you need to pay the tax. Because they are cleaning the garbage, for which you need to pay the tax. There are different ways in which they will collect the taxes. So local authority also can levy tax, indirect tax. That not got subsumed into GST. That's the reason why even today we have entertainment tax on the cinema theatres. But entertainment tax previously levied by state government on actors, producers, DTH, cable operators is now not there because that is in the form of GST. Got it? So what is the third point that you need to remember? Indirect taxes levied by local authority. Example, entertainment tax, subsumed or not subsumed? Not subsumed into GST. Clear? So come on, once again, 3 points. Tell me how GST is formed. All indirect taxes levied by central government except customs duty got subsumed into GST. Number 2, indirect taxes levied by state government. 6 got subsumed into GST. Then indirect tax levied by local authority not got subsumed into GST. Understood up to this? Now, let's see, as a part of customs duty, that is whenever you are importing a product, okay. So, what is your name? Jitesh. Gi, okay. Mr. Gitesh. Spelling correct? Ha, Mr. Gitesh. What is your name, dear? Hemant. Okay. So, Mr. Hemant. Now, what Gitesh is doing, he is importing a smartphone. He is importing a smartphone. And this is before 1/7/2017. This position is before 1/7/2017. That is before the GST period. Okay, before the GST period. What is the effective date of implementation of GST? 1/7/2017. You can easily remember. July 1st is what? CA day. GST day also. Okay. July 1st is CA day. July 1st is CA day as well as GST day. Got it? 1st July 2017. 1 and 7. Okay. 1st July 2017 is the effective date of implementation of GST. So, Mr. Gitesh is importing a smartphone. What Hemant is doing, he is vocal for local. Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay. He is purchasing the smartphone locally. So, smartphone manufactured in India. Smartphone manufactured in India is purchased. Now, on Gitesh, what burden will be there? He is importing. Out of these 4, which burden will be there? Customs duty, because he is only importing. Correct? Out of these 4, what burden will be there? Before 1/7/2017, I told you these 4. Out of these 4, which burden will be there on Mr. Gitesh? Customs duty. So, customs duty on smartphone. Customs duty on smartphone. Whereas, on Mr. Hemant, what will be the burden in this? Central excise duty, because a manufacture happens in India. Then sales tax, either central sales tax or what, depending upon whether he is purchasing within the state or from other state. Correct? Plus, to manufacture that smartphone, raw material has to be imported. Do we have all the raw material in India? No. They have to import integrated circuits, semiconductors, even that glass, and even display, battery, many things needs to be imported. Not everything is available in India. Maybe little bit of hardware is available, like cables, chargers, etc. that is available, but major raw material required for manufacture of smartphone needs to be imported. That's the reason why Indian smartphone manufacturers miserably failed in India. If you believe, like if you remember, we had many smartphone manufacturers in India. Micromax, Cellcon, Lava, where are they? Went out of market. Reason, they could not compete with the pricing that is being offered by Vivo, Oppo, Realme. These people are bringing in latest models, upgraded at a cheaper rate. These people could not compete with them. So because they have the raw material, these people have to buy the raw material. You got it? So therefore, that raw material import cost is also on Mr. Hemant. Correct? Raw material, if he imports, that is manufacturer importing raw material, he will pay customs duty that will in turn be collected from him. So therefore, what are the burdens on Mr. Hemant? Customs duty on raw material, import of raw material, then central excise duty on smartphone manufacture, then CST or VAT on sale. Correct? Now you tell me who is having more burden, Mr. Gitesh or Mr. Hemant? Who will have more burden? Hemant. Hemant will have more burden because lot of things he is paying, which means you are telling it is better to import rather than locally purchase. Correct? Correct or not? You tell me which is better, import or local purchase. Based on this, end of the day as a consumer, what we will see? Cost should be less. Of course, here it is customs duty on smartphone, but here it is customs duty on raw material. But other two things are there na. So where the burden is more? On Mr. Hemant. Means it is better to import. Is it good for the country if we depend more on import? No. So we should restrict import. Correct? As a developing economy, always we need to restrict imports in order to get the surplus BOP, balance of payments. Right now we have deficit balance of payments. Why deficit balance of payments? Because the imports are more than exports. So because of deficit balance of payments, always the foreign exchange will be higher than the Indian rupees. Correct? So we need to minimize means we need to restrict imports. You tell me, how can we restrict imports in this case? Two ways. Option number one, option A, you bring in here central excise duty, here central sales tax. You bring in that. On import also you levy central excise, sales tax. Okay. So when you levy central excise and sales tax on import also. Now where the burden will be high? On Gitesh. Because if you see excise duty same, sales tax same, but there on the top if you see customs duty on smartphone, you understood or not? But here it is customs duty on raw material. So who will have more burden? Gitesh. So it is better to manufacture, purchase locally. Where there is more burden, this guy will have more burden. So it is better to locally purchase. This is one way, option A. Option B. Let's remove these two. So who will have more burden? Gitesh. So it is better to locally manufacture and purchase. Purchase locally manufactured. You tell me which option will you choose as a finance minister? First option or second option? First option. Why? Very good. That is there in our genes. You understood? So don't blame finance minister for that. Okay. Actually, from where finance minister will come? From us only. So what we are thinking, if we are removing this and this, there is loss of revenue to government. So it is better to bring in excise duty and sales tax. Correct? That's what at that time also they did. They have levied something called as countervailing duty. Countervailing duty. To what? To counterbalance central excise duty. And special additional duty. Special additional duty. For what reason? To counterbalance sales tax. Countervailing duty to counterbalance central excise duty. special additional duty to counterbalance sales tax, because exactly central excise duty and sales tax cannot be levied, so they have created a counterbalance. Now, with effect from 1/7/2017, we will see what happened. With effect from 1/7/2017, what has happened? These two got subsumed into GST. Yes. As these two got subsumed into GST, these two are just to counterbalance that. So this also got subsumed into GST. Got it? Okay. So whether all customs duties got subsumed into GST? No. Two additional customs duties. What are the two additional customs duties? Countervailing duty and special additional duty to counterbalance excise duty and sales tax got subsumed into GST. So tell me, what are the points you need to remember? Suppose if you want to know how GST is formed. Number one, all indirect taxes levied by central government except customs duty, but including CVD and SAD. All indirect taxes levied by central government except customs duty, but including CVD and SAD under customs got subsumed. Number two, specified indirect taxes levied by state government and indirect taxes levied by local authority not got subsumed. Done. Now this information you can see in page number 6. Page number 6, taxes subsumed into GST levied by central government. So what are those? Central sales tax, service tax, central excise duty, additional customs duty, that is CVD and SAD. Whereas these are the 6 specified indirect taxes levied by state government that got subsumed into GST, levied by state government. And you can see in the footnote, customs duty is not part of GST. Same page, footnote you see. Customs duty not part of GST, but additional customs duty like CVD to counterbalance excise duty, correct? And SAD to counterbalance sales tax are forming part of GST. Okay? So CVD for what reason? SAD for what reason I have given. Also entertainment tax levied by local authorities are outside the purview of GST. Okay? So with this, we have seen how taxes are subsumed into GST, how GST is formed. Then, the next question to you, whether India has single tax model or dual tax model with respect to income tax. Single tax model means only one government will collect. Dual tax model means both central government and state government will collect. You tell me whether income tax is single tax model or dual tax model. Single tax model. The entire income tax is collected by central government. Thereafter, during the budget allocation, they will be allocating it to the state governments. Whereas indirect tax, GST, is a dual tax model. Means central government also will collect GST, state government also will collect GST. So India follows what model? Dual GST model. Okay. So about this dual GST model and other aspects, we will see in the next class. So today is just the introduction class, and in tomorrow's class we will continue with this, and for first 3-4 days we will focus in this chapter only, introduction to GST. Mostly it will be useful for MCQs, and thereafter we move on to the real law that starts from second chapter, supply under GST. Okay, thank you.